So this is why I started reading the Bible. This is why I started becoming connected to Jesus and God. And if you don't know me, it's because last year I went through trauma. I went through pain and suffering. Um, One day I went to hospital. I went in thinking, man, I'm in so much pain. And I remember getting in there, her thinking, no, you're not in pain, you've just got a flu, we're going to give you painkillers and you're going home. And so I thought, okay, cool, that's a win. Like, I don't feel good, but I feel good about that. I told her I had gone to see a chiropractor for the pain in my head. And she said immediately, okay, if you go to chiro, that's not good for your nerves, it's not good for your neck, it's dangerous, let's put you in a scan, let's make sure that you're okay. And so I went into the scan, come back to the room, and the doctor come back in and she said, oh, I've got good news for you. It's not about the chiropractic. Your nerves seem okay, your neck seems fine. I was like, oh, thank God. Back then I wasn't saying thank God, I was saying hell yeah, something like that. And I remember saying that and then her going, oh, but, there's something I do need to tell you and we don't know what to do for it. You've got a clot in your neck that's blocked up this artery and you've got a clot on your brain. And she said, we don't know how to help you with that. We're going to send you to the hospital next door. And so I freaked out and I went through the ups and downs. And over the next couple months, I went through losing my vision, losing my hearing, losing my ability to walk, losing my memory, even to the point where my partner right now, and I've got two girls, I forgot her name. I forgot my kids' name, my parents' names. And eventually we got to a point where my partner was coming to the hospital every day. She was looking after me, so were my parents. Even when I was at risk, they were coming there, they were just making sure I was safe and still alive. And I remember both of them, my parents and my partner, saying, okay, we're going to have a bit of time off, you seem okay, we're just going to go home and sleep, because they were quite often staying up all night at the hospital with me, just making sure, just wanting to make sure that I was still there with them. And so this day they chose to do that, and it was the one day where I went into a place where I probably wasn't going to make it out. The people from the hospital come in, took me downstairs apparently, I don't remember any of it, and they took me down there. And what my partner says is that they called her and said, look, he's probably not going to make it. We need to open his head and take the blood out of his brain. But because he's on blood thinners, he's probably not going to make it. And so I wasn't awake. I wasn't there. I wasn't conscious. They put me under. And I remember her coming into the hospital telling me what happened. But one of the reasons I think I am reading this Bible now, why I feel so connected to Jesus and God, is because, and this just happened like 2 days ago. I remember talking to Jude, one of my brothers who's Christian, just like my Auntie Jules, who is Christian as well, who's really supported me and helped me through my rehabilitation process, even when I was in hospital. 2 days ago, I was talking to Jude about Jesus, about Lucifer, the ups and downs of the spiritual world. And I remember him saying something to me, and then me picturing that moment when I was in the room, about to get surgery on my brain in hospital, and I could see myself on the bed, in this room, in this ward, in this part of the hospital. I could see myself on the bed, and I thought, what the hell? I was literally standing right here 2 days ago, standing right here messaging Jude when that vision hit me. And I was standing looking at myself on the bed, and I was like, holy crap, I'm in the hospital. Like, this is where I was. And when I looked to the side, I saw this darkness. I don't know, even right now, that gives me goosebumps. I saw this darkness and I don't know how to explain it. I just remember seeing this part of the room dark, I could not see through it. And when I looked at it, standing next to me lying on this bed. It was like it was looking at me on the bed and I was looking at it. And so much fear come through my body, like even now I'm getting goosebumps. So much fear come into my body that I thought, holy crap, that is probably why, that's probably why I'm reading this book. Because I had a moment down there in the hospital where I was facing death or life. And I feel so grateful that I had Jude, my Auntie Jules, my dad, and other people who were reaching out to me, telling me that they were praying for me. And because I was in so much fear, because I was in such deep belief that I was going to die, that I finally accepted the prayer of the people who cared about me. Like, I had never accepted that before. I never thought prayer was worthwhile. I never thought it could make any difference at all. And, I still don't know if it does. I don't know enough about Christianity to tell you what to think, to tell you what's true, what's not true. It's only been a few months. But because I was in so much fear, and I remember my mum saying to me the other day when I told her about this, seeing that, being down there in that room and seeing that darkness and the fear like washing my body, and tears flowing out of my eyes, standing in this shed just thinking about it, seeing myself on that bed. And she said, I remember when you were in hospital, you would, because you weren't really awake all the time, because you didn't really have your memory, you would wake up out of nowhere and you'd say, I'm going to die. Ooh, even that hits my heart. She said, you would wake up and you'd say, I'm going to die. And even for her there was a bit of emotion, and even for me right now thinking about it, there's a bit of emotion. Like, what sort of place was I in to just wake up out of nowhere and think that? And so, because there were these people praying for me, because I had people who were talking about Jesus and the benefit of reading the Bible and understanding what it is to be a man in this world, that's why I'm reading. Because those people, those Christians, they were so supportive. They did not once at all pray to me and tell me what I had to believe. They didn't pray to me or pray for me and tell me, brother, you need to connect with Jesus. You need to connect to God. You need to speak to them. They did not say that at all. They did not judge my beliefs. They chose to support me, to pray for me, and hopefully help me, whether I did or didn't believe. And so, because of that, I just felt that it was so important to actually try this, to try and connect. And the more I do, the more I connect with myself. The more I connect with myself, the more honest and caring and loving I am. And the more I connect to the people around me. And, one of the most beautiful things about this is seeing people who believe in Jesus, who love Jesus, who love God, who are Christian, is seeing how much they care, how much they care about not just themselves, the people that they love, but like the world in general. There are people who do not judge whether you agree or not. And so this has been helpful. It's been helpful for me. It's the path my life is definitely going on, and at some point I'll be attending church for the first time with my brother Jude, with his partner Esther, and his beautiful little boy Boaz. And for me, my partner Katie, and my daughter Sage, that's a really exciting time. Like, it feels right. It feels like it's what's in my heart. And it feels like I was facing dark or light, life or death. And for some reason, those prayers, this is just my belief, those prayers probably helped me to reconnect to Jesus, to reconnect to God, and to be maybe pulled from the fire, pulled from the darkness and back into the light, reconnected to myself to an extent where I finally love myself. Like, I finally love myself. I'm 34 years old. It took a lot of pain, it took a lot of struggle, like depression, suicidality, being molested as a kid. Being molested as a kid, I look back to it now, it's like, holy crap, that's crazy. And even me being terrible as a boy, as a man, as a partner, feeling so unworthy, so deep in not feeling good enough that I would hurt people around me to prove that I was. That I would commit to making more money and working more and spending more time away from my family, because the more money I made, the better it would make me feel, the better it would make me look, and that would make me feel good enough. No, I just need to connect to myself. I need to connect to myself, connect to the light, and this has been very, very helpful for me. I know it's a bit up and down in terms of like where it was, where it's been, and what happened, but I hope this helps you, whether you're interested in looking into this. I don't mind. All I care about is that you become connected to you, and you finally start feeling good enough, because we were all born good enough. We just went through trauma, moments of pain, these events in life that hurt us so much that we don't believe we are. But we are. We are good enough. We just have to go to those steps, feel what we have in our body, release them, and let the light, let the good back in. And so, prayers, people who are so helpful and willing to help in this space to help you connect to Jesus and God. That's, I'm not pushing that on you, but that's been so helpful for me, and it's definitely the path my life is going on. Apart from that, hope you have an amazing day. Please look after yourself and understand that you are good enough, no matter what it is that you've been through, no matter how it is that you see or perceive yourself. You are good enough. You always will be. It's just time for you to go inward and to connect to that.